Duncans. We made it official on April Fool's Day in 2000 and have always lived life large. Our adventures have included dog training, competitive pet styling, RVing, scouting, military vehicle adventures, travel, and homeschooling lots and lots of kids. We have never met a stranger and find the most interesting connections wherever we travel. Our explanation is always small world, big circle, and we're happy to share our adventures. Our goal is to help show the world isn't so big that you can't make a connection. Our family has loaded up our lives on a new-to-us Lagoon 410 catamaran sailboat. On this leg of our journey, we will have 4 of our 6 sons: Micah, Camden, Nicholas, and Riley. People spend their lives racing around the world for the destination. Those people that race around never get to see the world or their wake. The world is our classroom. Pull up a chair and enjoy. We're an unscripted family, and life is real and not always pretty. Ready and action.
Yes.
So I talked her into doing a video. Thanks everybody, Sonia, Justin.
Did y'all just want to see me?
They wanted to see her.
Did you miss me?
It's been a few weeks. So the last time we were on,
school has started.
School has started. Yeah, and it's not pretty, folks.
And that's just him.
It's not pretty. So last time we were looking at the dolphins off Church Creek.
Is that the last time we made a video?
That's the last time we made a video.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a minute.
And that was incredible. So since then, we've been in Cooper River Marina, and we like it here. It's 4/10 of a mile from our boat all the way out to the parking lot where we're parked. So it's been very slimming for me. One of our dock mates has a scooter that has a 12-mile range on it, and he zips by and has his 2 kids in a little wagon behind him, and you can hear like going over the concrete.
Sounds like you're going to Texas on I-10.
It does sound like.
Da-dunk.
And his scooter makes the same sound as the Disney monorail as it's going by.
It's very sad that you know that.
Disney info. So we've been busy. We're actually going back to Atlanta tomorrow. But in our last video, in the last few seconds, we actually named the boat name, which is...
Bonus if anybody can type it in. We're not going to reveal it because we already did one. So if you don't know it, go back and watch.
Anyway, yes, we're going to reveal it. It's another summer.
Another one?
Another one.
Another summer.
We're always chasing another summer.
Yet another summer.
Which has a lot of history with Tracy's family, and...
Somebody's like massive partying over there.
It's all an industrial park. There's no partying up there.
You don't hear the music?
I do.
Oh, I bet it's that private park up there.
Oh, yes. Right on the Charleston Old Naval Base.
Yeah.
There's this beautiful park with this walking bridge that they use for weddings and other things. Gorgeous. Love Charleston. Been to Patriots Point. We've been to a bunch of places. We've driven down to Butler Marine many times.
A few times.
Many times.
Good friends now.
We're tight. So it's another summer. I'm going to post a picture later at the bottom of this video that Camden has kind of an idea of what we want to do, because we're maintaining another summer with the Small World Big Circle, and I'll put in Camden's artwork. I'd love to get some help from you guys to work with Camden, because he's a budding artist and he needs to learn how to work with people on coming up with our logo, not just for our boat, but for our site. We've got to come up with a logo to put on the boat, because we're going to take DBS off. No disrespect to Stephanie and David. Love you guys still. I do have a couple of questions that I need to ask you about chargers, but I'll ask you that later. So we have that. So we might do a logo contest. What do you think about that? And
Contest has to have prizes.
Contests have to have prizes. That's right. We can come up with a prize.
All right.
And I've been given a time that I have to make a decision about our dinghy.
You have 20 hours.
20 hours left, and the video I just posted a little while ago has some of my ramblings. It's usually all ramblings about the decision process and how difficult it is in making the right decision. I was accused by Tracy at the Air and Sea Safety place with Raymond. Again, I'm going to shout out to him. He is the son of the original owner who sold Tracy's family their very first rigid inflatable, which was a Zodiac.
I don't think it was very rigid. It was just inflatable.
It was just inflatable. It had a rigid floor, but it was an inflatable floor underneath the rigid floor. We met the dad that owned the place, and his son is the guy who's selling this. And his son is so smart. He's got decades of experience. I could go to 10 dealerships and not get the experiences we can get from this one guy. And he says our safety gear from our EPIRB and our life raft and everything else is up to snuff. We're going to be looking at AIS, which is automatic identification system for if we have a man overboard. So for night watches, our friend Bev has a friend who owns a foundation that gives self-inflating life vests for minors that are in the sailing and boating community. They're going to get those to us, which is
huge.
They had a son, they're from Charleston, that was involved in a boating accident, and part of that legacy that they're leaving is trying to leave the world a safer place. And that's beautiful that they're taking their love for their son.
You need me?
And devoting that to the safety of
can I call you back?
others. That was Avery
Love you.
calling.
Bye.
Everything okay there?
It's just post date.
Post date, we'll get
Coming home from a date.
an update at 9:08. So we're looking at dinghy motors still. We just had the discussion with the boys about it, and we talked with the boys about weather and hurricane formations, and Riley wakes up every day and says, can we just go to the Bahamas today? It's Tuesday, can we go to the Bahamas
If we
today?
buy a dinghy motor there, can we go sooner?
The answer is no, we can't, because it's not the right decision for safety. So a lot of factors in play on the dinghy, and the weight that our davits can support, the width that the boats can support, the dinghy motor. Just trying to do the right thing by us and leaving some money in the budget so we can do the other things and we can stay sailing as long as possible. What else we got going on, Mom? What else has been going on since the dolphin video?
School. So we've gone to the Yorktown.
Which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The new updates there, they've got new updates on the Laffy and on the Yorktown, which are more interactive, and they're not really a 4D experience, but they're definitely a 3D experience, where it's not just a video over here, it's interactive video on one side with a video and klaxons that go off, and the boys were really engaged.
Yeah. I mean, you can be like, come read every little sign. But did you and I read every little sign when we were teenagers? Heck no.
No,
Do I read everyone now?
No.
Okay, I kind of do, but but it doesn't mean I remember it when I walk to the next
Okay, so
sign.
Tour 4, which I've never been on, and I've been on the Yorktown many times before, is a tribute to all the other carriers and the different classes during World War II and since. And it's tremendous. It's breathtaking, and it talks about the heroes and the losses and the trials and tribulations of 100 other ships.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to stuff all that in is awesome. So went to the Yorktown. What else have we done, Mom?
Run a lot of errands.
We've run a lot of errands. We haven't really pulled the trigger on a lot here, but we fixed some.
Yeah, a little bit. We've made some good contacts to get some things done.
We need to do our boat card. Everyone we meet, it's
Maybe
like,
I'll do
oh, yeah,
that. If I had a printer.
we're going to order them from like Foreign Print or something.
It's Vistaprint.
Vistaprint. That too.
We gotta have a logo.
We got to have a logo. once we have a logo, we can have boat cards. And boat cards are something you give out to all the boaters you meet, because you're like, hit us up. It has our WhatsApp number, it has our phone numbers, our email addresses.
WhatsApp.
What's happening?
Yeah. We've made some contacts with some other teen boats that are going to be heading south this winter.
About the same time we are. The kids have learned, I've learned a lot by watching the river current here and all the tugs. It's fascinating. And we might see 15 ships a day. We might only feel 2 of them. We feel almost every jet.
You're going to feel one in a minute.
What's that?
It's a tug pushing a barge into that creek.
That'll come by in several minutes. We're at 9 minutes and 30
Oh,
seconds.
it's a little teeny tug. That's that little funny tug.
It's a funny tug.
Yeah.
There's a tug that comes out about 6 times a day, and it goes out to this one buoy and then just throttles up, and it's got some Detroit diesels in there, which is a 2-stroke diesel engine in it, that just whines. I love hearing that thing wind up, or when it's coming
And then
back.
A minute later,
because it always goes the exact same direction, out the channel, under the Ashley River. It has to be a pilot boat of some kind.
But it's cool. It's cool. Let's see, we've scared the crap out of the kids with haunted Castle Pinckney stories. So now they want to go.
So Castle Pinckney is this little tiny spit of land that we learned was over 200 acres at one point.
That's crazy.
Now it's like an acre and a half at low tide, would you say?
I mean, the little house is the castle. It's still there.
But not much of one.
I guess it's that tug, like, echoing back. I keep thinking I hear something up there, but...
It seems like every boat we meet is a different person with a different story.
Yeah, we've met 2 in our marina. Oh, you met one of your people.
Which one?
Pecker.
Harry Pecorelli.
Harry, is that
Yes,
right?
that's really his
Pecorelli.
name.
So the kids were like, I think there's a teenager on that boat over there. I was like, okay, but I saw her. I thought it was a woman with blue hair. Why? Just because she has blue hair, you think it's a teenager? And they're like, no, I think it's a teenager, but I think she goes to school during the day. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. So we met the blue-haired teenager,
14.
Celeste, and her mom, Deanne. I don't remember. Dang
I'm
it.
sorry.
I try to remember them all. The kids are Celeste and Eden. I remember that. So they're coming back from a 4-year travel.
Yep.
And go to the schools that we went to, and they've enrolled the kids in school and blah blah. They're from James Island.
But they got stuck during COVID in...
Not Bonaire. It'll come to me in a minute.
And the country they were in, the little island, was totally self-sufficient.
And sealed off.
And sealed off, so they allowed... One of the little lights went out, it's okay. They allowed free movement on the island. And it was them and about 30 other boats, they said. And they got to explore. They got fresh produce, and they were able to go fishing and go conch diving and
Just do their thing.
It sounds like they had a good time.
So we're talking to this woman and the daughter, Celeste, and she's like, yeah, my husband, blah, blah.
Celeste is 14
Yeah.
and speaks like a grown woman because she's homeschooled and she's mature and understands the world. That's what I'm excited about for my boys. They'll get there, ish. Anyway.
So she's like, yeah, my husband's a marine archaeologist. I'm like, what exactly is that? Like, what's a marine archaeologist? And she's like, well, he like preserves dive sites and da-da-da. And if they're building something, they have to go down and like document what's there. And she's like, they still destroy it, but they have to document what it is they're destroying. And she was funny. And then she's like, we're like, oh yeah, we've gone to the Yorktown, we've gone to the Hunley, which it was the first time I'd ever been to the Hunley. And she's like, oh, you went to the Hunley? And we're like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, that was my husband that found it originally. And we're like, oh my God, your husband's like my husband's like hero from Clive Cussler books. And
not just his fiction, but
no, he's like real life. So
Clive financed the finding of almost 24,
probably more than that,
archaeologically significant vessels.
Chalmers, it's hard.
So Clive financed all this, but he's also written about it. But one of those guys was Harry Pecorelli, who his first day on the job had one of the most significant underwater archaeological finds in the last 70 or 80 years.
I mean, that thing was 60 something years old. People have been looking for it all this time, and he jumps off the boat and he's like, yeah, there's a mound down there, but I don't think it's anything. They're like, you need to go back and look, and it was the freaking Hunley that they've been looking for
168 years.
God knows how long. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So they're...
And he's a neat guy.
Partially on their boat. We're supposed to get together for boat drinks sometime soon.
And he's done the solar. He built his own lithium batteries on there, and all that's possible. I just don't have the confidence. I've got the knowledge. I don't have the experience, but I can get it. I can buy that. I can borrow that. I can buy that experience of somebody to double check my work, because I want to keep everybody safe. I want to do what's right.
So then the people across the dock on Pleiades,
which I've tagged in another thing,
which is a Mount Pleasant registered boat, they came down Saturday night, and they travel like 6 to 9 months of the year, and they have three teen boys. One's off the boat now, one's finishing his senior year, and then they have a 14-year-old, but they're not going to go traveling probably for another year, maybe. I think they said
they're waiting a year.
But yeah, there's lots of teen boats out here, which is pretty cool.
And everybody's nice. And everybody take the shirt off their back and give it to you if you asked them for it.
And everybody's got a story.
Everybody's got a story.
Yeah, pretty cool. So what else have we done? We've battled with our dinghy motor that won't run longer than 5 minutes for us. I got to pull something on a trailer today for the first time. And nobody even said, you're going to let that little lady pull that trailer? What else have we done? We started school. I'd like to do a little more if the kids would ever get their math done.
We're doing school.
We want to go to the aquarium.
We need Neil Postel.
Arnold
Postel.
Nell is his mother.
Nell's his mom. We need Arnold Postel.
To call me back.
To call Tracy back.
I'll call him again.
Because he runs the diving program at the Charleston Aquarium.
Or something, yeah.
Or something like that.
I don't know. But I haven't seen Arnold since I was 12.
You've bumped into several people from around here that you've known. We've had extra visitors.
Cool. Yep.
A lot of little projects and organizational projects, and sorry about that, hung baskets and shelving in some rooms, still looking for that naval bunk that I could mount up and put up out of the way and fold down.
I think Micah likes sleeping with Camden now.
You know what?
I think they're snugs.
I might let it be.
Until they start complaining?
Until they start complaining.
Maybe Micah should move his stuff from Nick's room over to Camden's room.
I don't know that I would want to wake up next to a sweaty, sticky
Either
Camden.
one of them, have you smelled the other one?
Oh, no. But I'm sleeping next to your mother.
Don't be so dramatic, dear.
Don't be so dramatic, dear. Where am I going to put this? Bend over and I'll show you. How many times have we said that today? 4 times. And they were all directed towards... So it's been a quiet night behind us while we're doing the filming. The kids are doing dishes. I think Riley's
going to be a surgeon because he watches Grey's Anatomy.
And they watch The Good Doctor when they're not doing schoolwork for now.
Nick's figuring out the difference between autism, dyslexia,
and
diabetes, and fetal alcohol syndrome. I don't know what Mike is doing. I don't think I want to know. Whatever. And yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna go home, finish up getting the house ready, or maybe we'll sell it. Just saying. Gonna go see our Avery and his new girlfriend.
I'm missing our Avery.
And Little Willow. Gotta see Little Willow.
And Willow.
Before she's all grown up.
Raise the roof to Willow.
Whoop whoop. Little Willow.
And we're going to go
maybe we can go see Joshy's new house.
Maybe we can see Joshy's new house.
My parents aren't home, so maybe we'll just go sleep in their bed. Was that the Three Little Pigs? No. That's Little Red Robin, Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah. Whatever.
We want to see... Oh, might have filled up my phone. Oh, there we go. I got 10% battery left. We gotta hurry up. We gotta talk quick. We're gonna see the O'Hearns. I hear that Jim Loring is out of town, so we're not gonna be able to see him. But shout out to Jim.
We'll just have to hold a fathead picture up.
We'll hold a fathead picture up. Not that it's not a weight joke. I promise. We're gonna try to squeeze in a scout meeting for the boys, so Micah can have his board review, which is important that they still feel a connection. And we want to squeeze in visiting as many of you guys as possible.
But we do have to get some work done. So if you want to visit, come help.
Come help us paint. Come help us box Sundowner.
Yeah.
That too. So, I've got 19 and a half hours left to make my decision about a dinghy. Wish me luck.
Come on. You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. So I did not tell the guy. What did you say I tell the guy? What did you say I told him?
You told him that I overthink things.
How did you hear things?
You said he overthinks things.
I don't think I said think.
Analyzes.
I said you over-research things.
Okay.
And he goes down every rabbit hole, but it's almost like he has to eliminate all the things.
Guilty.
And then he goes back to the original thing. And that's usually, but that's fine that you do all that because it keeps me from making my really drastic decisions because I would have bought that dinghy and it'd be behind our boat already.
You would have, and then those brain cycles would have already been done. But I want to make the best possible decision for us.
Okay.
What's going on?
It's getting loud. It's Tuesday night. Like Taco Tuesday isn't that damn exciting over on the.
Oh, but we did have quesadillas for Taco Tuesday, and dinner was so yummy. It was grilled chicken and
John's Island Squash.
John's Island Squash.
From what was the name of that place? Bev, we went to your place, the Stono Tomato Shed Market or whatever it was. So good for lunch. Don't tell the kids. Oh, that peanut butter pie's downstairs.
Peanut butter cake. Reese's peanut butter cake, yes. Chocolate, wonderfulness. Anyway, we got about 3% battery. We need to hurry. Anything else you want to say to your adoring fans? Because they talked me into arm wrestling you into making a video?
Nope.
You're beautiful.
Oh. Blech. All right, so come see us while we're still coastal. But then we're going to head up to North Carolina, I think, or maybe even Annapolis.
We're trying.
There's a lot of crab pots between here and there. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Till next time. Take care of yourselves, guys. Love you. Bye.
How much time will it take till I see just where my destiny lies?
Okay, hey superhero, what's your superpower?
Plunger man.
Plunger man?
Mm-hmm. And then when it's ready, I do this. And watch, put that. You gotta hear the parts down.